A quarter of the way through today's Ford 300 as we continue from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Don't forget, tomorrow, our coverage from here of the season finale for the Sprint Cup Series. Sports Center presented by AutoZone at the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship, 1 Eastern time tomorrow. Excuse me. And on Sunday, following that is the Ford 400 on ABC at 2:30 Eastern, coverage beginning with NASCAR Countdown on ABC. In the pit studio with Rusty Brad Ray looking at the first quarter of this race. Fireworks.
Yeah, there was fireworks. I told you guys early that Denny Hamlin was not going to hit Brad Keselowski, but obviously I was wrong. He got to him. He was mad. And now NASCAR said, hey, enough of that. But up front right here, though, Brad, that old veteran of Jeff Burton, he looks like he's getting it done to me right now. He knows how to get around this place.
Well, he does, and it looks like that 29 car has come back to life. He's done so well in this car over the past couple of years driving it. Has a lot of wins on the Nationwide Series, and it's good to see him up there battling. But I think Joey Logano, like the guys we're talking about, will be the guy to beat at the end of the day.
Logano's got a good car, but, we saw Carl Edwards strong, and then we saw a caution for debris. Seemed like maybe Carl hit that debris, damaged that air dam, and they pitted, fixed it, and he's come back up through there. I think Carl Edwards could be a factor here at the end of this race.
One of the other stories we talked about at the start of the day, Mike Bliss trying to secure the 5th position in the final championship standings and the final speaking spot on stage at the banquet. So far, Mr. Bliss running now in 9th position, trying to clear Eric Darnell in the 6 car.
Just got to keep, these guys just have to be patient as the temperature continues to drop, gets a little bit cooler. Just let the track come to them, and then they can go racing. About another 10 laps, they'll all be settled in temperature and track-wise.
So Bliss right now comfortably in that 5th position. Justin Allgaier behind him on the racetrack, and Mike hoping to keep it that way for the rest of the day. Jeff Burton, though, the man in charge as we go back upstairs to Marty, DJ, and Andy.
And Jeff Burton looking to give Richard Childress Racing its 3rd win this year. The other 2 came back earlier this year with Clint Boyer at the wheel at Daytona in July and Dover in September. Jamie, what's the latest?
And actually, the car that Jeff Burton, your leader, is driving right now was a race winner at Dover with Clint Boyer. Now, you guys keep talking about the temperature dropping and it cooling off. That has been a great thing for Jeff Burton. He started off loose, and when they pitted last time, it was an air pressure adjustment and track bar, and it has just set this car into motion. So they've got a fast car and great conditions right now.
I'll tell you, you just cannot hold a great race team down. And this RCR, the whole Richard Childress organization, on both sides, the Cup side and on the Nationwide side, he has been working hard to get these cars back competitive, and it's showing what their efforts are showing up here tonight.
They're the 3rd winningest team in Nationwide Series history with 55.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen over the years. But this year's been a real struggle for these guys. But they're, as Andy said, working hard, getting it back, and it's nice to see Jeff Burton up front.
Kyle Busch has fallen almost a full second behind. Dave, what's the latest?
A couple of things going on with our new champion, Marty. First of all, Jason Ratcliffe told his driver this is the only set of tires where the codes don't match up. These specialists work very hard to pick the right tires that are kind of like a specially matched set. I hate to quote a famous movie, but anyway, these are the only ones that don't match. So that's one thing. If he goes low on the low line, it's loose in, tight in the center, tight off. If he goes high, it's good in, tight in the center, and he doesn't know what it's doing off, tight and loose. So myriad problems for him. All that information going to Jason Ratcliffe, who will make an adjustment next time they come down pit road.
Okay, for those who at home may not understand, a matched set.
Well, I mean, every set of tires, they're very consistent. These tires from Goodyear are very, very consistent. But sometimes there's just a little bit of differences in some of the spring rate of the tires, and sometimes just a slight difference in size. And then that right there doesn't match up with the way your car's set up. Uh-oh, we got these 2 guys racing each other again.
And it looks like they're going to give each other plenty of berth. And Denny goes around the 88 very easily. So that's now about 13th on the racetrack. Remember, Denny is a lap down in 33rd, so Brad says, I don't have to race you right now.
Yeah, and back to those tires as we see a battle here for the 5th spot. So many times you get a different set of tires like that. It makes the car do so many things that you're not sure exactly what to do to the car. So you have to really be careful in making adjustments till you get another set of tires on it.
Now that's the thing, it can really throw a crew chief a curve, because if you do have a set of tires that are just a little bit different than what you've been used to, then you'll make an adjustment and go the wrong way.
Whoa, did you see Ruderman get loose, and that boy Scott Speed's right behind him. That's Matt Kenseth in the 16, and they are going around the slower traffic of Blake Cook. Blake is 6 laps down. Remember, he had that window blow out and shatter, which brought out our second caution.
Yeah, Rudiman's driving that baby sideways right now, off the corner.
And I talked to him before qualifying, and he was not sure what kind of race car they were going to have. They were trying a few things, and he said, I really don't have a lot of confidence right now. We're going to have to just work our way through it. Shannon, what's the latest you're hearing from the 32 camp?
Well, I can tell you exactly what kind of car he has right now. It is loose, especially into turn 3. Spotter Sean Rudiman, his cousin, David Rudiman's cousin, told David, just hang on. The sun is going down. We'll get you on pit road next time. We'll make some adjustments. But David is doing all he can to hang on to that car, especially going into 3.
All right, thanks for the update, Shannon, as we watch this battle continue. And there goes Kenseth taking a peek underneath Scott Speed. Can he make it? Don't know. They're going to go come side by side out of the corner.
You see, Kenseth likes that low line. He was able to get his car to really stick. Hadn't been able to complete the pass on Scott Speed yet.
One of the things we can tell you, remember we mentioned when we went back to green flag racing, as this battle continues, as Speed opens up about, now a half a car length over the 16 of Matt Kenseth. Remember, we went back to green flag racing. Denny Hamlin was the only car a lap down. That has changed, guys, because Jeff Burton is really flying around this racetrack. In fact, Hamlin is like 7th on the list to get the lucky dog. That is bad news for him trying to win this race today. While all that is happening right there, what is happening with Carl Edwards? Well, remember, he had the problem with the front valence. Brought it in. He has fought his way back to 14th. And there he is, moving up 19 spots since the restart. Brad right behind him with 17. You're on board with Carl Edwards right now. He's got a lot of ground to catch up to Jeff Burton, who has opened up a 1.5-second lead. And Burton has won 7 times for Childress. 6 have been in that number 29. Working lap 73 of 200 here at the Ford 300 Homestead-Miami Speedway. And just during the commercial break, man, Jeff Burton has added a full 1.5 seconds. He's now up to a 3-second lead. And our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. What a great view. Under the lights. I love racing under the lights at night, guys. And look at the difference. This car has really come to life as the track temperature has dropped 15 degrees, they've told us.
Yeah, I think that's just really coming around for Jeff Burton's car. It's just seems like the cooler the track gets, the faster his car gets.
Yeah, he's just not falling off any at all. He's beating Kyle Busch at least 0.3 a lap. As you can see how much the track temp has dropped.
And Kyle Busch has about a 4-second lead over 3rd place, Ryan Newman. And then it's another second back to Joey Logano in 4th. Matt Kenseth is 2 more seconds back, rounding out our top 5. So the next round of pit stops is going to be critical to all these guys trying to catch up to Jeff Burton and to tighten up this race.
Yeah, now it's when they have to start making adjustments because the track has cooled down. We'll see it cool down a little bit more, but they're going to pretty much have what they have for the rest of the race, and so they'll be able to make those adjustments to this.
Well, remember, our last round of pit stops were on lap 24. We're now working lap 76, so we got to be getting close here pretty soon. That was Ryan Newman. He is currently in 3rd. There is your race leader, Jeff Burton. And, boy, he is just knocking down the guys, putting them a lap down. That's Parker, or I should say Wimmer in the 40, who just went a lap down. The car right behind him. 12 cars now 1 lap down in this green flag run. Let's get an update on the 18, David.
And his displeasure right now with the way he is running this racetrack. Listen.
We're just all agreed at something right now. This is my worst racetrack on the circuit. I can't stand this place. I'm horrible.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. You're running 2nd.
A little bit of optimism from the crew back to him. One thing he would like crew chief Jason Ratcliffe to do is to go back on that track bar adjustment they made and, in his words, reset everything. He feels like if they start from a square zero, kind of a baseline that they knew, maybe the start of the race, that'll be the best way to go from here.
Dale, why is is it drivers get this in their heads where, you know, they just don't like a place, something about it? What happened to you? Where was yours?
There were more than I could want to count and talk about. We've got things to cover here. But what it is, if you don't have success at a racetrack, you're not exactly sure of the feel that you're looking for in your car. So it's really hard to relay that to your crew. And until you hit on that, then you really don't know exactly what you're looking for in it. Kyle Busch can drive anywhere that you go. We know that. So they just need to hit on that setup.
Well, we can tell you Jeff Burton is still flying, folks. He's opened up the lead over Kyle Busch to 4.2 seconds, but it's not over yet.